This is it. This is your last opportunity to build a brand new construction home in one of the most beautiful communities that Houston has ever seen. Today we are in Towne Lake and we are checking out the final section of Parkside to show you a little bit about who's still left and what you can still build out here in the final section in Towne Lake. Towne Lake is known for having outstanding schools, outstanding amenities like its own boardwalk, as well as one of the best features that Houston has ever seen, a truly boatable lake that you can dock in your backyard and actually boat up to the boardwalk. Truly amazing. I featured it a ton on the channel, but like I said, this is your final chance to get brand new construction out here. And I want to show you some model tours. We're going to go through everybody, get all of their incentives, and that way you can see if one of these is catching your eye and it's time for you to get off the sidelines and get over here and get you a brand new home in Towne Lake. If that sounds good, stay tuned. Well, first up, we're going to walk into the Newmark model and check out and see what they have. They are one of the more premier luxury builders in Towne Lake. They are offering some great incentives right now for builds as well as for inventory, but they're kind of like home specific. It's not like a specific, we'll give you, 50,000 off or whatever. It's all negotiable. The range is anywhere between 30 and about 60,000 right now, depending on the home and depending on how fast it's moving, how slow it's moving, if you want design credit, all negotiable. But let's check out this model right now. So what did you think about that beautiful model? Super, super gorgeous. They still have lots available to build and do whatever you want to do, but everybody's basically running out. Like I said, not to beat a dead horse, but we are in the final section. So if you want something like this, or you want to find inventory or other specific deals that are going to be similar to this build, hit me up, let me know. We got to act pretty fast on these. All right, so keep that rating in mind for the Newmark home. Now we're gonna go and head over to Coventry homes. They're doing money towards closing costs as well as interest buy downs on specific inventory homes that they have available ready to go. But let's go and check out this big boy from Coventry in the final section at Parkside. So what did you think about that Coventry model? Another gorgeous 4-bedroom with multiple flex spaces and offices and media spaces. Pretty much everything that you would need for a big old house out here in Texas. So now we've had the Newmark and we've had the first Coventry. There's also a smaller section down the road that we're gonna go and check them out. Like I said, I want you to see as much as you can so you can make the decision of whether or not now is the time to get off the fence and get going out here in the final section of Towne Lake. But now let's hop on over into the David Weekley product. So before we head into the David Weekley model, they are another one of those super solid builders here that have always given like a super pretty, super nice luxury product at an affordable price point compared to some of the other builders that we've seen so far. And so they're definitely going to give you probably some of the most bang for your buck in this price point, but they're going to be a little bit more of a traditional feel or like a French country kind of feel compared to a Newmark that's going to give you that modern pop, whereas a lot of contrast and blacks and whites and grays and things of that nature. But let's go and check them out before we head in there. As far as incentives right now, they're doing some money towards closing costs. Similar to most people, if you are getting something that is inventory, they have signs all around the community saying that you're going to have an interest rate that is below 6%. But that is not too uncommon for pretty much anybody out here right now. And some of the best deals that you're probably going to get are going to be on some of their inventory homes, but they do have some incentives that they are offering. But let's hop into the model home tour. So what did you think about that David Weekley home? David Weekley is one of my favorite builders in the Metro because, again, like I said, they give you that balance of, especially if you're going for like that country chic vibe, that farmhouse vibe. If you're going for that and you're on a budget that doesn't quite get you to some of these more high-end builders in the Metro, David Weekley does an outstanding job of giving you a great sense of style and great layouts for a more affordable price. And so definitely one of those that you would want to check out, especially if you're in that price range in that like 400,000 to 600,000 in the Metro. David Weekley's probably gonna have something that you like. So what do you think? We had 3 different models. They kind of went down in size. Newmark is one of the bigger ones. Coventry was a little smaller, and that David Weekley was a little smaller. But what do you think about the finishes and the overall looks of those models that I just showed you? Rank them down in the comment section right now. So really quick, one thing to note, we are on the very edge of being right up against 290. We are in that final section, like I mentioned before, not to beat a dead horse again, but we are in that final section. And so you can basically throw a stone to the interstate behind us right here. And based on where we are, there's no direct connection to 290. You would have to go all the way through the neighborhoods and do all of that stuff, which would probably add 5 to 10 minutes to your commute in the morning. But I don't know if you can see the construction behind you, but they are going to be starting your extension here very shortly to give you almost immediate access to 290, which is going to be outstanding, because as it stands right now, you are in the very back of the community. And if you had to go all the way to the front, that could add a potential 5 to 10 minutes of commute to get out of this neighborhood. But because you have the access points that you do, you can basically get in and out of here probably quicker than most of some of the more immediate sections in the community. Not to mention that you also are going to have your own pocket park behind you. Around the corner is going to be your multi-acre lake with a walking trail that they are building up out here. So in this final section, even though it is the last one, they are not slouching on amenities that you're going to have back here, and access to the interstate is something that they're thinking of. And some of this land that we see behind me right now, they are going to be slated for apartments. I believe they're going to be bringing some more restaurants and other things on this side as well. So time will tell what ends up being in some of these fields behind us, but we do know that we're going to get some more immediate access to 290, and we're going to get some great commercial as well as some apartment buildings coming up over here. But just wanted to give you a little tidbit and sneak peek into what I've been told by all the relationships that I've built out here in this final section at Parkside. So you don't have to drive all the way up to the main center to get your little park off for the kiddos. You will eventually have your own section back here where you can get some food. So again, you won't have to go all the way to the main park, and you don't have to commute and travel all the way through this big, beautiful neighborhood just to get to the interstate. You will eventually have your own entrance back here. All right, so you know how I do it. If they got a big mansion over here in the community, I'm going to check it out. So this is Partners in Building. They are a premier custom builder here in the Metro. They often operate in master plan communities like this, where they are the person that will develop, design, to build your complete custom home options in these type of communities. And so they're usually on the largest sections. As you can see behind me, these are going to be some 70, 80 plus foot wide lots. They have a few lots going down here that are also going to be pretty massive behind me. But yeah, let me know what you think about this one. I've already done a little preview walk, so I'm not going to be as shocked, but tell me this isn't one of the prettiest models you've ever seen. Let's hop right into it. Before we hop in, this is going to be an estimated price point of about $2 million after all the upgrades and finishes and all of those things. So keep that in mind. But this is a custom home. If you're out here and you got the budget to build a custom home, I'm assuming that you're going to be looking at this price point. And that's not going to be too dissimilar from any of the communities where our partners and builders will be building, because again, they're going to be at the widest footprint, and they're going to give you the most customization because it is truly a custom home. But let me know what you think. So always great to see a big mansion like that, but let me snap back into reality. The large majority of my people aren't looking at that price point, but it's always great to show on the channel. For those people that are looking in that more entry-level price point in that like 450 to like 550-ish out here in the Towne Lake, there is a section or a couple builders that are building in that under 50-foot product out here. They include David Weekley as well as Newmark that we've already seen. So we're gonna hop back over into the smaller lot section and let you check those out as well. All right, so same deal. We're about to go and check out one of the most affordable options in this section of Towne Lake Parkside. We're checking out the David Weekley homes. They're going to be anywhere from that like mid 300s to like low 400s to start, depending on what you're trying to do. But the last time I drove down here, I believe they had less than 10 lots left. So if you really want something from David Weekley, we're definitely going to move fast at this price point. Kind of similar to the bigger section that we just looked at earlier. They do have incentives. Some of them are going to be tied to whether or not you're buying an actual inventory home or if you're going ground up and using one of their lots to build. But they are pretty much one of the first ones to be in closeout, again, because of the amazing price point that they were at when they opened up this section of Parkside. So it looks like they are on their final 7 homes out here for David Weekley, but what did you think about that model? So I personally love David Weekley. They always go dollar for dollar, bang for buck factor. David Weekley is always up there and gives you a high quality product. It looks like in this specific 40-ish foot section that they're in right now, it looks like they're going on a more inventory-ish sort of look, quick move in. I saw some look inspirations. They give you 5 to 10 different inspirations that you could pick from. And so not a full-on design center appointment from what it appears based on the swatches that I saw in there just now. But still a great product for the price point out here in Towne Lake. Now, shameless plug, we're gonna go ahead into one of my favorites. We're going into a Newmark. Just got one of these under contract and we were able to negotiate some outstanding deals for my client that just went under contract on the one that was already in progress. I'm talking a lot of money off, as well as some closing costs. Right now, if you go inventory, you would also be able to get some money to pay down that interest rate to below 6%. I believe we were quoted 5.99 or 5.95, still better than the market rate right now. So definitely some opportunities to get something great and have a lower interest rate out here if you want to go the inventory route, and you can still build with Newmark. So let's go and check them out. That is one of my favorite models in Houston at this size footprint. Newmark just has a certain design eye that I agree with. They're so modern and so pretty. And most of my clients that come and look at them definitely feel the same. But what did you think about that model, and what have you thought about all the models so far? Where would you rank your favorite one? Hit me down in the comment section right now. Also, fresh off the presses, the property tax rate out here has gone down from 3.4 to around 3.2. And so that's also going to be some savings as you get into this final section compared to buying something super brand new in some of the older sections. The property tax rate is coming down out here as we near the end in Parkside. The final section for residential new construction out here. Did I show you enough to make you want to get off the fence and actually come out here and tour with me? If so, I've built some great relationships out here. I have a couple under contract right now in this community waiting for their home to be built out. One is right around the corner from this model home right now, and I'm super excited to see her home be built out. But what do you think? Are you ready to come out here and tour with me? If so, call, text, email, hit the comment section down below. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want to see anything else from me or if you want to know anything specific about this community, or the amenities, the schools, any of that stuff, let me be your go-to. If you enjoyed this video, I absolutely know that you're going to love this video right here.